I am Denise Palmer, and I am an illustrator, artist, and surface pattern designer working out of my studio close to the Gulf of Mexico, where water adventures and botanical plants surround my everyday life. Welcome to these video chats, where I talk about some of the techniques I've used to create my artwork and chat about all things illustration, art, and design. In this time-lapse video, I'm going to talk about how I used the eraser for sketching this complex fern in Procreate. The fern is just one element of a much bigger design that I will show you at the end of this video. I started out with a rough sketch to get the idea of where the leaves were going to go. Then I started in on a refined sketch by first working on the overall shape of the leaf. Once I liked the shape, I used the eraser with the same brush to create the individual leaves by erasing the areas of the sketch I didn't want to keep, since this was defining the tiny little leaves on the fern. Here I am going down the central stem and adding in the leaves and marking where the center line of each with the eraser. As I create each one, I make sure that they are directly opposite each other along the central stem too, and incorporate details that give a feeling of movement by curving the leaves around and outward from the center stem. Then I go back and start erasing parts of the leaf to create the tiny leaves, and then using the paintbrush to add in the middle stem again to connect all of the little leaves. It's okay to try something new as you are creating your artwork. Try new things, try different approaches. That is the great thing about creating artwork, is that you get to do it in new ways and try new things, and it's so much fun to see how it turns out. I could have used the sketch and recolored it, but I wanted to clean things up further and switched to the brush with a deep green color and followed my sketch on a new layer above the sketch. I usually use the sketch on top of what I am drawing and on a new layer, but I did it differently this time. Having a detailed sketch to work from the get-go, creating this illustration was very helpful. Don't be afraid to spend the time to create the sketch that will guide you in creating your finished artwork. It really takes the guesswork out of creating your artwork and knowing where, like for this one, where each leaf needed to go, so that as I was creating it, I wasn't having to figure it out. I already did the work up front to think about where the leaves were going to go and what shape they needed to be. I want to encourage you to take a look at the different plants that are around you, that could be around your home or in a flower bouquet that you get, and take pictures of them so that you can reference them and then create something that represents that. It doesn't have to be as detailed as this. Just start and have fun playing with Procreate and creating artwork that you love. This fern is one of the most complex plants I've illustrated in Procreate, but it adds tons of detail and texture and contrast to the finished piece. I will be sharing more process videos, so be sure to subscribe. For more drawing tips, check out my sketching guide, linked in the description, sand.com/leaves. Thank you for watching.